When we talk about the Galwan Valley incident, at that point of time, one soldier himself reported that we were having lesser motorboats and docks for the Pangong Tso Lake and its maneuvering. And it was only in 2022 that the government it decided to increase the docks and motorboats for the Jawans so they could patrol that entire lake area. The point is the government has to be prepared. Our policies, they have to be prospective. I mean, it should be the policies must be designed prior to imminent threat and danger that is taking place. Now, the government over here, it waits for a tragedy, it waits for a disaster to take place, it waits for a mistake, and after that comes up with certain corrective measures. That's not policy making. That's a form of a response that the government does. So over here, what I intend to say is the government, it has been 8 years, but what has the government come up with? Has it reformed the nuclear policy? No. The integrated theater command system, which was proposed, had it been put into place, had it been given some of a modification? No. When he talked about Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL is nowhere comparable to Norinco, which is there with the China. So the point is, there is a need for defense facility upgradations. There is, when you talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, these have all been propagandas. It has failed to deliver. The point is, let us deliver.
Let us for the HAL to get more projects. Have you forgotten that completely? In fact, as you were speaking as well, Tuhin Sinha all smiles when you made that statement. Tuhin.
I think Ms. Mehbooba's statement is
I
very
don't know,
unfortunate.
Who you entertain in the name of... I don't think people should be allowed to comment on defense issues with such casual behavior. These are very serious issues. Those people who could not crack a single defense deal without the involvement of brokers, they are lecturing us on our defense preparedness, and you are entertaining it.
What
I think we should have a more serious debate.
But look at the statements that are coming from the Congress leaders. It is the top leaders of the Congress party who have made such statements. Veerappa Moily, who has been a defense minister himself, has said that Jawans are not being given a free run. And, this is what has, these are the claims not being made by somebody here. But these are the top leaders of the Congress party of Mehbooba Mufti who are making these statements.
You should revisit AK. You should revisit AK Antony's own, speeches in Parliament.
Sir, AK Antony is a decade old. Please talk about the present.
Developing infrastructure in Arunachal Pradesh because number two. No, so you are mentioning AK Antony, the anchor just mentioned AK Antony. So the point is that this is the hypocrisy of the Congress party. Pre-2014, there were tons of incursions, at least 400 incursions between 2009 and 2014. What were they doing? And they were cutting deals with the Communist Party of China. So I don't think they are qualified to do it.
Okay, I just want to mention what the Congress party and now, of course, Mehbooba Mufti have been saying that there has been Chinese incursion, that China has taken over the Indian...
No, I want to respond to Mr. Tuhin Sinha. See, Mr. Tuhin, when we are talking about the Indian Armed Forces...
I don't want to be here with this idiot. I don't want to be here with this idiot. Get him out.
Not get personal. Don't stoop to the level of taking personal statements. Lieutenant General Raj Kadyan, would you want to come in here? Because, the politics of it aside, finally it comes down to whether questions are being raised on the forces or not. In this case, when the political leaders are raising such questions, saying that there has been incursion, but the government has not been able to do anything, that the hands of the armed forces are tied, these are questions not being raised on the government. Let's be very clear about that. These are not questions that are being raised on the government. Politics of it completely aside, these are questions that are being raised on the forces.